we're going to have plenty of time to talk about LeBron James. And we will talk about Anthony Edwards. I feel, though, like I really erred yesterday in not talking more, like really erred yesterday, because the noise of the moment can always catch you and the drama of the moment can always make it so that you're doing a show without even realizing it that is the easier show to do because you have the sparks of a dad on the court and the controversy of a dad on the court. And I didn't concentrate nearly enough on Giannis's grace, both in that moment and, more importantly, in the explanation afterward, because of the following, everything I'm about to tell you, as Greg Cody and Stugotz get into position. But I really feel like I erred yesterday for this reason. I take a little bit of pride in being able to be at the trough that everyone else is at and be able to see the macro instead of the micro, okay? And I know this part is obvious, but I want to show you how obvious it is as LeBron and Luka are now out, slayed by Anthony Edwards, who the last couple of postseasons has got some giants on. He's got Booker, he's got KD, he's got Jokic. He took out Game 7 on his own floor, and now he takes out Luka and LeBron, and how it is that you become a face of a league, because it requires winning that Anthony Edwards has not yet done, and Giannis has not done enough of, to be actually the face of the league, even though his reaction in that moment is exactly what you want as the face of the league. But he hasn't won enough. And I know you know that winning in championships are hard, but just so you know what it does to the body. Joel Embiid, he doesn't have one, off to the side. Kevin Durant has 2, but Stugotz doesn't notarize either one of them. The people who have been fighting over these championships, LeBron has 4, seems like not enough. Why? Well, Steph's got a few, and Kawhi's got 3. And so Giannis is only allowed to have 1, and he got it by a toenail. Got it by a toenail, and can't be face of the league. But doing in, what language is that for him, is he, where he's explaining for 3.5 minutes the amount of disrespect that he felt from Haliburton's dad? And I ask you, if face of the league Anthony Edwards, faced with similar disrespect, reacts that way to disrespect. John Morant might never win a championship. Off to the side. Thanks for playing for a couple of years. Seems like a whole lot of dudes have passed you. It's just really hard. Luka hasn't won yet. Got real close. Congratulations, Luka. You haven't done anything yet. Giannis has won. He's Aaron Rodgers. And he's an immortal. He's playing. You're watching history in real time. You're not going to be able to explain to your kids how he only won 1. It's like Wilt winning only 1. Like, what are you talking about? He only won 1, and now he's got to worry about Wemby.
I'm trying to figure out is it the grace that you're talking about with Giannis? Like what he said after he got eliminated?
I want to get the sound, and it's 3.5 minutes of sound, and I never play it. But when he said, I'm going to address this once, in terms of public relations, calamity, and crisis, how do you want your face of the league behaving so it's not a fist fight in the stands? Because that man had no business on the court, but especially not at that moment when Giannis knows how hard it is to win and how they blew that game. Like, I'm talking about 7 points up, 40 seconds left in overtime. Your team ain't not a good enough number 2. You remember what it was to have Drew and Middleton? Lets the ball go through his legs. No team has ever lost a game that way. Ever.
I turned the game off as soon as that ball went through the hoop when Giannis scored in overtime and they were up 7.
The amount of pressure and rage on Giannis in that moment as he's abiding and eating disrespect from someone's father saying to him on the court, on his turf, might as well go into the locker room. He explained to you afterward the amount of disrespect, and the place that I aired is I had not had that sound yet. I heard all the other noisy sound, and I didn't have the sound where I could hear Giannis in his own voice. In what is it? Is it his 3rd language? Is it his 4th language? Trying to bridge the gulf on face of the league with exactly the behavior you need if you don't want video after a first-round series that was intense. Like so the kind of series that you want, right? The kind of dramatic series, physical series. They don't like each other. The fact that he didn't tear the head off of Haliburton's dad in that moment, just just with rage, just with the way rage works. It's a blessing to everyone in the league that we don't have video of that, because that could have been the punctuation on his Milwaukee career, him losing his temper understandably.
You think there's a lot of guys who would have mixed it up with John Haliburton? Because I don't think there's a lot of guys, and I'm not disputing what you're saying here, I just don't think there's a lot of guys who even would have gone face-to-face with him. They basically would have, shoved him away and asked security to come get him. Giannis was face-to-face, and I do give him credit for, in that moment, looking down on him, feeling like I could do anything at this moment and be okay with it, and the world would be okay with it because he approached me, and not really going off and then having, very wise, I guess, things to say afterward. That is something to give him credit for, but I do believe that everything that you're saying is all part of the reason why he needs to be in a bigger market.
That's funny, because that's true, but also it felt like a Bane situation in Batman where it's like, I'm powerful, and then Bane kind of puts his hand on the back of the guy's neck and he's like, do you feel powerful right now? Because I can end you. The thing is, Dan, it feels like this generation of the NBA learned from the past generation, saw the Malice in the Palace, has seen all the aftermath of it, and kind of has like a next gear of, you know what, I know what that was like, I can't do it again at this part.
They have deterred it, but that's not how rage works. It's not the consideration of consequences. And if you are feeling, you tell me how many guys in that league, how do you imagine disrespect goes over with the top players in that league that looks like that? Because he articulated the disrespect.